Well folks, today we're going to be taking a look at the 511 All Hazards Prime pack. Now this pack is designed in such a way that it should be able to handle a multitude of different applications, regardless if it's a day out in the wilderness, exploring the outdoors. Or going and visiting family and taking it as like an all do everything carry-on bag, or as a deployment bag for law enforcement or military. And we're going to test out a lot of those capabilities and kind of style of usage in this video. But also, regardless of the maker or the design of the pack, what are the three things that I think of when it comes to purchasing a backpack? I think of comfortability, capability, and durability. And today we're going to start with durability on this pack. This pack can take a thrashing with that 1050 denier nylon. It is tough and durable and water resistant, so it's going to hold up to a lot of abuse. Now the capability of this pack is ridiculous, particularly starting with the MOLLE. The MOLLE is located on the two side panels and on the rear of the pack in such a way that it gives it a prime opportunity for you to attach medical pouches, water bottle pouches, or smaller, elongated pouches of any kind that are MOLLE compatible, and gives you a huge amount of capability for the sides and the back of the pack. Now let's take a look at the interior with all the pockets, all the organization. Honestly, this thing is like a piece of origami that just keeps on unfolding and unfolding, and you just see more and more capability in this bag. So let's dive into it and see what those pieces and layers have to offer. So one of the features that I use constantly is this baton sleeve. So it's originally designed for a baton, but you can use almost anything as long as it's narrower than 2.5 inches. That's how wide this sleeve is. It's an open bottom sleeve, so it doesn't matter how long it is. It gives you full access still to the MOLLE on the side here, and you can stick every kind of different thing that you can imagine that's narrow, like the handle of a hatchet. You could do a sheathed machete-sized knife. You can do tripods. I use it a lot with my tripod, and even gives you a Velcro secondary neck right here just to make sure that everything's nice and secure. You can pull your tool out or your tripod, do your shooting or do your work, and then slide it back into place when you're ready to hit the trail. I use it frequently and is a great idea and a great setup, and very useful in the capability of this pack. The very first compartment we're going to look at is right up against your back behind this really nice breathable cushion. Again, one zipper on either side, which makes it really easy to get access to in different ways. Folds over, huge thickness there. I mean, that's over 1 inch thick between the water bladder sleeve and your back. And then we do have this water bladder pouch that does have this loop right here, so you could hook your water bladder if you wish, and this will easily fit a 100-ounce water bladder and has some rigidness in between it and the rest of the body of the bag. And there are two sleeves right here to stick your hose through. So our next big compartment here is the main dump compartment that either you can access just right here kind of as a top loader and have these compression straps that are attached to the back dump pouch that we'll talk about a little bit later, kind of keep that from going all the way down, or you can easily disconnect those and have a very large compartment, easily accessible And I have my camera equipment out of it right now, but this will hold all of my camera equipment. I like the high orange visibility. We have a stash pocket back here. We have another kind of laptop stash pocket over here, a drainage hole at the bottom with a foam bottom. There's some give there so that if you were to drop it with a laptop inside of it, it would protect it somewhat. And then a rigid back, and there is access to that rigid plastic filler in there to kind of give it some rigidness to the bag if you need to take that out for some reason. But you can get a lot of gear in this main kind of dump pouch compartment area. So right here we have a rigid felt lined sunglass pouch, and honestly you could put 2 to 3 pairs of safety shooting glasses or 1 to 2 pairs of large goggles that you may want to store inside this compartment, and with its kind of rigid body keeps it from getting crushed, and I love that aspect. Great setup. Now the second compartment in the body of the bag, again, is going to have those 2 huge YKK zippers with good tabs. I'm going to pull all the way down to a clamshell opening, and this has some of the best layout I've ever seen in a pack, and I love it. On this back panel right here, we have vertical molly, which is awesome, or PALS webbing on the back with this high visibility orange. So you can attach all types of medical or organizational pouches to this, so it's not going to just fall into the bottom of your bag, then you're rummaging around for it. This is a fantastic idea. I love that they're doing this, again, with the high visibility. Would have been awesome even as if they had run not only these vertical, so you have to have everything sideways, but then some horizontal ones as well in the spaces provided in between, so you could choose kind of which way you want to angle it. As it stands, it's still a fantastic setup. I love it a lot. Now I can have my medical kit right where I know it's at. I can grab it, tear it open, I can get into my organization. I can put mag pouches, all sorts of different things, and I still have room to spare along the sides to put things like knives and saws for my outdoor gear, or if you need to put other things like optics and that type of stuff. Then on the back panel here, it's just like the compartment that keeps on giving. What we have here is a really unique setup I haven't seen in any other design packs, and I've reviewed a lot of packs over the years, are these 2 mesh zippered pockets, so you can see what's inside. Like this one, I have my fire kit in here. This would be fantastic to make a medical kit if you don't want to buy like a separate, blowout kit. You could easily do that. They even offer little plastic windows here, so you could write down what the contents of these bags are on this high visibility orange. But the best part is that's just not an organizational pocket right there. It's attached to Velcro. So it's a tear-away system. So in an emergency situation, if this was a medical kit, I could tear it away once I get to the person that's injured and really begin to get into the items that I need, or if I need to get into the fire kit, I don't have to drag my bag everywhere I'm going to build my fire, all sorts of stuff like that. If you're traveling, it's a great travel bag setup, because then you could put the stuff that you need to tear out, like electronics, or maybe like a razor kit or your shaving kit or something. You could use this, tear it off, throw it in the check-in while they're checking it through the scanners, and then just Velcro it right back into place. So a really unique and fantastic setup. But there is one hang-up that I have, not with the functionality of the system, but it's just a quality control issue. What we see here when we tear these 2 bags away are 4 pieces of really well stitched Velcro. The problem is that these are really seamed in well, no problem. These are all good. And then we come up here, and this entire flap was not sewed in on the top right here. It's sewed in on the bottom, not on the top. There wasn't even an attempt to do that. So it looks like the machine totally missed that, and I can't imagine why that would be on purpose, because after a long time, that's going to put stress on this upper Velcro piece. Now, I've been tearing from the corner like so to kind of help combat that. So if I tab it here, if I have it down here, no problem. But if I grab it here, you can see that it's tearing away at that Velcro, and it's going to put stress on that seam over a long period of time, and none of the other ones have that issue. So it's just a quality control thing I would have liked to see. Now, 511 has a great warranty, so I know after this video, when I take it back to them, they'll be able to replace it, no problem. But that is something just to kind of note, and I would like to see a better quality control in the future. Now this bag also has that stuff feature. As you can see here, I have a nice lightweight fleece that I can stuff in there. Great for stuffing even like small tents. You could do tarps, jackets, all sorts of different things with this nice mesh on the side, keeping it stuff from falling out, and just a nice little setup that they offer there. Then as we look at the two last pouches on the exterior of the bag, we have another clamshell setup. They just did a great job with the clamshell kind of design. Nothing on this back panel right here, no pockets or anything. But then right here, we have two big sleeves. As you can see, I got a hardback book right there. We've got two key keepers so that you could attach different things to. And then we have a bunch of organization for pens, multi-tools, even magazines. You could put two pistol mags on either side. Lots of different organization in this pocket. And then a final out stash pocket, one zipper. This is where I happen to put my gloves and like my beanie, stuff I want to get really fast access to and not even deal with a clamshell kind of setup. So just a dump pouch in there for documents or like that type of, you know, lightweight winter gear, things like that. On the bottom of the bag, you're going to get these 4 loop attachments that you could run everything from Night Eyes gear ties to shock cords to all sorts of different paracord options. So you could attach like bed rolls and that type of thing to the bottom, drainage holes, and then you have these 2 plastic coated grab handles for the bottom as well that are attached at 4 corners, which is a nice added bonus to grab from the bottom if you need to. Okay, so comfortability. How comfortable is this pack? And I got to tell you, I'm doing a loadout today of 28 pounds fully loaded, and this thing is extremely comfortable. They did a great job with the overall layout of this pack. The first thing is the sternum strap right here. This is a good solid sternum strap. I like it a lot. It gives you a good chance to really, cinch that down. Then they give you the stages of MOLLE along the way so you can adjust where you want it. And I'm a pretty big guy at 6'2", about 215, and it fits a great positioning, and I have, more places to go. The MOLLE capability to put, different like pockets, pouches, knives, whatever you would need right there, magazines, whatever is really nice. They do give you quick release attachments, so if you were ever to get this pack caught in something, you need to dump it, you can snap that and get rid of that right away. So that's also a nice little added feature. Down here, they have these 2 attachments for a belly strap, but it does not come with one. That's my one little gripe, is that I think this pack would be good and well suited for a belly strap, and most other packs in the industry now do come standard with one, not aftermarket. So that's something I would like to see in the future. If they just integrated a belly strap to these attachments, would be really nice. Then finally, the padding is insanely comfortable. It's super thick, breathable. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that there. So if you're sweating, it's going to be really, really comfortable. And the yoke, and just how they yoke that together here, just rides really nicely on my back. And then in conjunction with the back portion that we'll look at in just a second, just really makes this for a very comfortable ride, and was able to carry basically 30 pounds without any issues whatsoever up this hill, where other packs in the past have really been a struggle and been painful. This one really can handle that load nicely. All right, let's go ahead and hit the price point on this pack. Now it depends on color combinations, but you can get this anywhere, when I'm checking this on Amazon, from $165 to $200, just depending on color combinations. So it's kind of a big swath there, but it gives you kind of a good idea. Now we'll have links in the description below over to Amazon. That's always a great way to help support the channel. So if you are liking what you see in this pack, that's always a great way. But I want to thank 511 for their willingness to send this pack over to us and for us to check it out. And I actually picked it up at one of the 511 stores. And I know 511 is starting to make more brick and mortar stores, so you may want to check in your local area. They may have ones popping up in the future, so you can actually get your hands on it, test it out, really get a good feel for it. But in the meantime, if you don't have a 511 store near you, use the links in the description below. Is always a great way to help continue to do what we do here. So folks, in conclusion, overall, I really dig this pack. It's got a lot of capabilities and has a huge amount of selling points and versatility for me personally. And so ultimately, I hope this video has helped you out on whether or not this 511 All Hazards Prime pack is going to be the right pack to put and deploy in your systems of use. As always, thank you so much for coming over here, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Check us out on all the relevant social media as well. That's always a great way to see what is up and coming here at the channel. And always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.